My people, wahala don happen o. Everywhere don scatter for inside APC. The North people don talk say how Tinubu go choose one person come outside say make dem vote for am to become Senate president, which is Akpabio. Now, the North people say even as Shettima be vice president to Tinubu, he say dem no care. He say the Senate president need to go to North. He say because North people give Tinubu enough vote. Why Tinubu go decide say make Senate president go to South, my people. Now Tinubu to say he wan balance am based on say Nigerians feel say the Christian people cannot rule Nigeria. That is why they don't get Muslim president, also Muslim vice. So make the Senate president come from at least maybe Christian, make it not be Muslim again, so that people no go feel say they don't turn country to Muslim. My people right now, the North now say they no go gree. He said because he get some games where we say Tinubu play the time where we say that they vote who go become Senate president. Right now they talk say as Tinubu no want to make North person become president, Senate president, themselves no go gree. My people not be smart, you know. And I know say they don't announce Akpabio as the Senate president, my people, from the South. Based on say, if Tinubu to say, make South people self, make them sit there on top small, my people. Right now, the North people don't they shake Tinubu. They don't they tell Tinubu say, Tinubu not let the house vote for their choice. Tinubu they go meet all those Senate one by one. They tell them say, make all of them they step down for Akpabio. Based on say he wants to make Christian person become Senate president. Based on say the vice president now Muslim and the president now also Muslim. So what Tinubu they do? They're not supposed to pull religion. They're supposed to let the house vote for their choice. Instead of Tinubu or Congo, they tell them say, make them they step down the day where we say they won't vote for Akpabio. My people not be small wahala there for grand. The North people say they not agree. Make them do it. Make them redo am again. Wahala don't happen. Everywhere don't scatter. Table leg don't break, my people. My people make una go watch video.
So the All Progressives Congress, APC, elected as presiding officers, has begun to pull all stops in their favor in ensuring that both Godswill Akpabio and TJ Abbas are elected Senate President and Speaker of the House of Representatives, respectively. This decision also included their deputies, who are Barao Jibril as the Deputy Senate President and Benjamin Kalu as the Deputy Speaker of the House of Representatives. The president was said to have instructed everyone, especially the governors elected on the platform of his party, to get to work as well as liaise with their counterparts in the opposition parties with a view to making sure that the APC has its way today during the election of the presiding officers. On the eve of the inauguration of the 10th National Assembly, President Tinubu met with the governor of Imo State and chairman of the APC Governors Forum, Hope Uzodinma. The governor says the committee set up by President Tinubu to resolve the leadership dispute has made significant progress. Akpabio has assured Nigerians of a united 10th Senate.
And we had a useful discussion with Mr. President. And the outgoing Senate President has also committed to working to ensure that our preferred candidate for the position will be elected tomorrow. So it is a very big development that the political harmony will eventually guide tomorrow's process. So the political party, which is APC, working with other political parties, because what is at stake is national interest, the interest of our country, and how to ensure that the new president is supported to succeed.
I assure you that every senator is important, and there's no political party once I'm inside there. Everybody is important, and all political parties shall be carried along. In the business of politics, not everybody will be on the same page. But here we have over 90% of people supporting the choice of the party. And I believe that even those that are not on board, I assure them that I will carry them on board.
It's D-Day, Rufai.
D-Day. D-Day landing. Okay, we're there finally. What are the issues? Number one, APC has a candidate is rallied around. That's Senator Akpabio, which some opponents have said all sorts of things about. What are the things they've said about him? Oh, he did not respect a lot of senators in the past, the NDDC debacle and all of that, which some of his supporters have come to clear the case on. Then there's former Governor Yari. Governor Yari brings in a big war chest. He's ready. He's publicized himself. He's taken it on. He's bought television time, goodness me, that you'll think this is a presidential election in the first place. And what he's saying is that he has done a lot for himself and has done a lot in the States. And hence, when I asked him the question, what did he do in the States? And there was a pushback. The surprising thing is that I saw one of his documentaries yesterday on TV, where he was actually answering the question I did ask him about the things he has done in the States, and that should stand him in a better stead. So I'm sure he got the memo afterwards. But apart from that, people are pushing against him and saying, you have no right to come here because you're not a ranking senator. But he's, touting Section 50 that says the Senate must pick their leader. There's also Mr. Ojiu's Okalo on one side, that is saying, yes, there must be a case made for the Southeast. There are also other ranking senators in the Southeast. There's also the hypocrisy of the argument, which all of a sudden the APC is saying, yeah, for the sake of balancing, let us have a Christian Senate president. I'm like, hello? Really? This is the same party that said, religion doesn't matter. And he has a Muslim ticket. Religion does not matter at all. But now we are hearing Christian senators should vote the way of Akpabio. They should stand for the truth. In fact, a statement was ascribed to somebody high up there that says, the worst of a Christian Senate president is better than the best of a Muslim Senate president. All of a sudden, now they know that religious balancing matters. And that's why I keep telling Nigerians, if you believe what politicians say, you are the fool in the game. I think it was Warren Buffett that says, if you get into a game, if you see people playing the game of poker and you don't know who the party is, then definitely probably you are the one. That's it, pure and simple. And Nigerians have been playing in that game of poker. But most likely, let me stick my neck out and make a prediction. Most likely, the APC will get their way. Probably, Mr. Akpabio might emerge, but it's going to be a fight to finish. All right? Because they will want to consolidate and they will not want to show, the APC will not want to show that there's disarray in their party. And if another person, apart from the person the party did rally round, gets it, it's going to show the fractures in their party. So most likely, Mr. Akpabio is going to get it. But the question is, what would all of this fight portend for the party? Will the party be able to rally themselves round after all of this fight to be able to heal and project for the future? And whoever emerges as Senate president, please remember, you are there for the Nigerian people. You are not there to be a rubber stamp. We do not want an idea where you are just accent to anything the executive passes your way. Please be very careful. You should be there in the interest of the Nigerian people. But we're going to see a lot of horse trading. We're going to see a lot of drama. It's going to play out. And goodness me, like I always say, it's a day we here as broadcasters look forward to because it's one of the longest days in our calendar. And goodness me, the die is cast. Let's do it. Let's get ready to rumble.
Well, look, even in the United States, the appointment of principal officers of the Congress could be very political, could result in a lot of contentions. We saw what happened when McCarthy was going to emerge as Speaker of the House of Reps in the United States. So a lot of jostling, a lot of horse trading, and all of that. So in terms of the contest of the issues involved, it would seem to be familiar. But what should be more important in this particular instance should be the interest of Nigeria. What is regrettable is that here, our personal interest, party interest, will seem to be overriding the national interest. That is number one fear in this regard, because the contestation over leadership positions in the National Assembly will seem now to have been reduced to personalities, to ego, with one group saying we're entitled to it, another group saying, oh, we are also entitled to it, certain other factors do not matter. It is this sense of entitlement that frightens us as Nigerians. The legislature is supposed to be there for the purpose of good governance and making laws for the order, good governance, and peace and stability in Nigeria. In all of this, as is characteristic in Nigeria, nobody has talked about these underlying principles, but rather, it is this person that should be there, it is not that person that should be there. But today is the day. There doesn't seem to be as much confusion at the House of Reps as there is at the Senate level, even if there are persons like Jibril, coming up at the House of Reps and saying, he is also good enough and he will not step down. But I don't think that the contestation at the House of Reps is as serious as that of the Senate. But today, the president will proclaim the inauguration of the 10th Assembly in line, as we were told yesterday by Akpabio Bamidele, who was on this program, in line with Section 64 of the Constitution. Now, Akpabio Bamidele made a point yesterday. He talked about Section 60. He talked about Section 311, which speak to the point that the Senate will make his own rules and follow his own standing orders in determining his own affairs. There's a booby trap there. The booby trap there is that with all the talk about Abdulaziz Yari, Osita Ozunaso, and other people being interested, if the Senate decides to apply that standing order in line with Section 311, which Akpabio Bamidele argued on this program yesterday, is not in conflict with Section 50, what will happen is that Yari and his supporters could be excluded. Now, if that exclusion occurs, would that, have good implications for the APC, the unity of the party itself? That remains to be seen. So it may be one thing to have your way, it's another thing to be able to unify the party. But whatever happens at the end of the day, what Nigerians are looking forward to is a legislative assembly, a national assembly that will work in line with its original purpose for the good governance of Nigeria. Not a national assembly leadership that will be toing and froing from the villa to go and pay homage and report to the headmaster, but a legislative assembly that will be committed to the fundamental objectives for which it was created. As you can see in the video that was shown, I see that the body language has already started. Look at Akpabio there, beaming with smiles and wearing a Yoruba cap. He has changed his attire all of a sudden, just to reassure the president that like he's a honorary Yoruba man. Well, I hope he too will not start claiming that he's a Lagosian. He will get the appropriate response. Even Ganduje, I saw him earlier on. He too is already wearing the Emilokon cap. You see these politicians, they make this thing look like some kind of joke, But Akpabio has charisma, he has the gift of the gab, he has connections, he has experience. Abdulaziz Yari is also claiming that he has the credentials and that, being a Muslim should not be a matter to be considered. But Nigerians are looking at all these fine details with the expectation that whatever the politicians do at the end of the day, that their primary interest will be to serve the people, not to wear compliant headgears, compliant caps, just to show off, to deceive the president, to show that they are loyal. No, we're not interested in their personal loyalties. We're interested in their loyalty to the nation. And today the country will be watching. And I'm sure that by tomorrow morning, we'll be in a place to review what has transpired today, what will transpire today, and the implications for the future of our country.
Well, here we are. Today is D-Day, like I mentioned earlier on, and the weeks and perhaps months of campaigns, conversations, deliberations as to who would be the next Senate President of Nigeria would be decided today. Now, interestingly, it will be decided only by members of the House. And I say this interestingly because, as you mentioned, Rufai, we have seen adverts and we have seen, conversations speaking to the Nigerian people and positioning themselves in terms of the candidates as to why they are the best fit for that position. But again, they have reiterated it on the show that the decision lies in the hands of the members of the House. So as much as we might decide and think, okay, this person is good for the position, it is the members who would decide today. Also, we see, as I had mentioned earlier on, that the president has been very,
My people, now the video now on a new watch finish, so on a see what happen for inside the video. All right, my people, I go like to end the video for you. Make una let me know waiting on a thing for the comment section, and if una never subscribe, make una subscribe to my YouTube channel so that una no go miss any latest gist wey I dey upload. And those of una will be say una never follow my Facebook page, make una follow so that una no go still miss any latest gist wey I dey upload. And bye bye till I come on our next time. Bye guys, see you guys in my next video. Bye guys.